All right, let's quickly look through the newspaper headlines, and I begin with the Daily Independent. The major story here says Rivers crisis, Tinubu wades into Fubara Wike rift. And some riders, PDP governors express concern, welcome president's intervention, ask federal government to stabilize Naira, control inflation, stem unemployment. That's the major story. And some other stories here that you'll find: lack of transit facilities, Forex militating against Nigerian Airlines growth. Onyema is speaking. Tinubu seeks National Assembly's approval for 2.176 trillion naira supplementary budget. No plan to redenominate Naira. CBN is speaking. Bayelsa Guba appeal court restores Silva as APC candidate. Solid mineral sector challenges will soon be tackled. The president is saying this. And then at the downstrip here, federal government set to resolve revenue generation dispute in gaming industry. And at the top corner, Tinubu sets up Constitution Review Committee on Police Reforms. Police Council confirms Kayode Egbetokun as Substantive Inspector General of Police. Those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Daily Independent this morning. We'll move now to the front page of the Vanguard, and the major story is still looking at the situation coming out of Rivers State. It says Tinubu wades in, Wike Fubara greet in Abuja. And some of the riders here say Rivers government denies sack of chief judge, 23 local government chairmen, others. PDP asks feeding party members to sheath swords. A dispute in Rivers has been resolved, PDP governors are saying. Thank Tinubu for intervening. Police arrest Rivers NYCN chair, 15 pro-Fubara supporters. Youth maintain occupation of government house gate. All right, Nigerians have taken step backwards to remain a country. Ayoku is speaking. And then if you look at the pictures, those are pictures of the PDP governors who met with regards to the Rivers crisis. Now, another story here says, we want to return but can't. Recalled envoys are speaking. Killings. Benue governor begs for more military presence, equipment. Electricity operators seek cost-reflective tariff as subsidies hit 3.34 trillion naira. And at the top corner, no plan to redenominate Naira. The CBN is assuring. And those are some of the major stories you find on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. We'll move now to the First News newspaper, and still talking about the Rivers crisis. It says Tinubu wades into Wike Fubara spat as protesting youth attack Rivers Speaker's residence. Many injured. Police arrest 20. I didn't sack Rivers CJ. Chief of Staff, others, the governor has cleared. There were rumors that the governors had sacked some of these persons. PDP governors hold emergency meeting in Abuja. Wike Fubara meet in Aso Rock, shake hands. Federal Capital Territory Minister breaks silence, says PDP looking into crisis. And now another story here says Fubara sitting governors will become vegetables if Wike succeeds with federal might. Time Frank is speaking, says FCT minister will destroy APC over 2027 ambition. Now, appeals court clears Silva for Bayelsa governorship poll. Steer clear of Bayelsa poll. CDS, that's the chief of defense staff, warns troublemakers. Nigeria loses 16.25 trillion naira to oil theft. Nati is speaking. And at the top corner, Bishop Kuka, Professor Imafida and others storm Bayelsa for First News Online 3rd anniversary. All right, we'll move now to the front page of the Leadership newspaper, and the major story is still looking at the impeachment saga coming out of Rivers State. An easy calm in Rivers as Tinubu intervenes. 150 protesters arrested. Fubara denies sacking council chairman. PDP urges calm. And that's the picture of the president with some state governors after the National Police Council meeting that held at the presidential villa yesterday, where the FCT minister as well as the governor of Rivers State met and shook hands, as is being reported in the newspapers. Now, another story here says Egbetokun Adedeji confirmed as police revenue agency chiefs, federal government labor meeting to hold next week. War on Gaza, oil prices may hit $157 per barrel, World Bank is saying. Kwankwaso ally, Alkali others dump NNPP for APC. Now, new CBN Forex policy threatens 12 trillion naira poultry industry. Operators are crying out. All right, all the details on the front page of the Leadership newspaper. We move now to the Nation newspaper, and the major story here is still talking about the Fubara Wike feud. Tinubu PDP governors mediate. Governors praise president for intervention in crisis. Freedom of judiciary. Supreme Court verdict has closed 2023 elections. And Natasha is Kogi Central Senator. Those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Nation newspaper. And now we move to the front page of the Punch newspaper, still talking about the Rivers State crisis. Tinubu PDP governor stopped Fubara's removal, protesters arrested. And then appeals court clears silver for bias appeals, fines challenger 1 million. On your dam, Ogun communities panic over fresh flooding. And Lagos secures $1.3 billion for 4th mainland bridge. Others, some of the stories you find on the front page of the Punch newspaper. And the Nigerian Tribune is the next paper with me. It says, Rivers crisis, PDP governors call for ceasefire, say Tinubu has intervened. The quarrel too big to resolve. Wike is speaking, protesting youth storm speakers, residents, police arrest many. And appeals court affirms Natasha, winner of Kogi Central Senatorial District, reverses Silva's disqualification as APC candidate. Now, PDP chairmanship, while party chieftains zero in on Saraki, are used to stalling emergence of new chairman. Some of the stories you find on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Ibrahim.
All right, let me race through some of the pages of the newspapers. The first one with me here is a Blueprint newspaper. PDP governors, Tinubu didn't use hammer, biro to emasculate opposition. Lord President Supreme Court victory, non-interference in tribunal cases. On the bottom strip, we have police nab 14-year-old killer of food mina lecturer. Poultry farmers fear industry collapse over FX restriction removal. Also, conjoined twins, Saudi Arabia offers, or Saudi Kingdom offers to conduct surgical operation. Next is this Nigeria. Nigerian passport. Many applicants unaware of minister's 2-week directive. Report. Some immigration officials have made collection of passports difficult for Nigerians. Kogi Central, Governor Bello accepts Akpoti Uduaghan's victory. And on the ear of the newspaper, National Assembly passes 2.1 trillion naira supplementary budget for second reading. On the bottom strip, Rivers crisis, Tinubu wades in, says Bala Mohammed, Wike says issues not ethnic based. Nature newspaper is next. Nigeria accounts for largest mobile e-waste in sub-Saharan Africa. And also, Germany reveals great interest in Nigeria's natural gas. CNG to save transportation costs in Nigeria as federal government slashes prices. FCTA shuts down notorious roadside market, illegal car market. I don't miss football, Eden Hazard. That's on page 21 of the Nature newspaper. Daily Trust is next. Cash scarcity returns to Kano, Borno. Banks ration withdrawals. ATMs run dry. Old notes won't be phased out December the 31st. CBN official. Abuja BDC operators decry Naira crunch. You could see some other infographics, giving further details to this issue at hand. The Guardian newspaper is next. MDA's firms shun local data center, spend scarce FX abroad. You see that on page 6. Calm in Rivers as Tinubu negotiates ceasefire in Wike Fubara field. NSAS NHRC received panel reports from 16 out of 29 states. That's about it for the Guardian newspaper. Next is Nigerian NewsDirect. FX stability. Federal government hopeful of Naira rebound. Target 650 Naira to the dollar exchange rate by December. Crack down on illegal FX traders. Pathway to Naira stability. That's according to Oyedele. Federal government review migration visa policies. Tunji Ojo, Rep. Summon NITCOMSAT, NEPC, others over 20 billion Naira audit query. And last but not least, Business Day newspaper, 14 billion Naira fraud. That's the big story. Banks look to EFCC to recoup funds. Bagudo others identify transformative role of catalytic capital in Nigeria. Explainer, here are what bills to amend CBN Act seek to achieve. That's it. And also the last one, markets await framework for digitization of FX transactions. That's about it for the front pages of the newspapers this morning.
Right. And like we often say, any of the stories that interest you, you can pick up the papers to read more on them.